You shake the french fries. Let's shake the french fries. Let's shake the french fries. Yeah, back at you with another video. The Ryu and the Ken has been completed, and it looks like the next person on our list will be the Queen of Footsie, Chun-Li herself. Yes, we are now going to talk about Chun-Li. Woo. Whoa, Jesus, I don't like this matchup. Her buttons are better than Balrog's, but the matchup is overall 5-5. Balrog is able to play back with dash straights. He also has good normals. It's a lot to talk about, but you know what? I ain't gonna talk your heads off. Let's get straight into it. Alright, Chun-Li. You know what? I feel like rolling with the high roller costume for today's video, so you know what? I'm gonna pick that and then I'm gonna go on over to Chun-Li. Now, with this matchup, I like to use V-Skill 1, as of course. She's another fireball character, so V-Skill 1 helps with dealing with the fireballs. And you can't go wrong with either choice, but you know what? For this matchup, I am going to say it is best, in my opinion, to prioritize V-Trigger 1. I touch this character, I want to kill this character. Like, I don't have time to sit back and play the waiting game or open up, do all that extra stuff now. Like, if I hit you with V-Trigger 1, I'm trying to put a hurting on you. V-Skill 1, Trigger 1 is definitely what I like to go in this matchup. Alright, y'all, so overall, I'm gonna just get straight into it. The general space and where I really love to place myself at in this matchup is right outside of light punch range, because you have to think about her crouching. Let me see, I think it's the crouching fierce.
No.
The button is? No, not that. It's forward fierce, my bad. Yeah, so forward fierce. You want to play right outside of forward fierce range, because I believe that is her farthest poking normal. So basically, with that being said, y'all, I enjoy playing like right outside of light punch range, because that allows me to whiff punish any long range buttons that she may decide to throw. And it also depends on how the Chun-Li is playing. You have two different types of Chun-Lis. You have the over aggressive ones, and you have the ones that play that solid neutral game, like really sit back, poke you down, make you commit to something that you don't want to do, and then just wait for you to crack. Now, the over aggressive ones are going to be the ones that's, you know, doing all the air leg move. I forgot what it's called, EX leg kick or spinning bird kick or whichever one. Like, I do not know these characters' moves, so please do not ice me in the comment section. But y'all know what I'm talking about, the move where she jumps up and then hits you with the bird kicks, thingamabobs. Yeah, that. So yeah, the over aggressive ones are going to try and get in your face, dashing at you, just constantly poking you, grabbing, spinning leg kick thingamabobs, and just doing a whole bunch of nonsense to just really overwhelm you. But I feel like the ones that really get to me are the patient, I'm gonna sit back and poke you all day type of Chun-Li. So really and truly, with that being said, playing outside of light punch range, trying to catch those inputs before they come to you. Standing fierce is also a good normal to throw out there. Once you get them to a point where they're not pressing as many buttons because you're just abusing them with light straights, and you can't forget about EX straights, then you can start moving in with your low forwards. I love the low forwards, standing fierce. Once again, light straights. Like, it's all about trying to find that knockdown. And another thing is, dash low is good, but you have to make sure you space this perfectly, and I'm about to show you why. If you miss space this by an inch, then the EX leg kick can definitely punish that. Let me go ahead and show y'all an example real quick. Yeah. So this is definitely a thing that you have to worry about. So I kind of try and watch how I do this button because of that. Yeah, it's like if you space it by a slight inch off, you're getting punished. So you really have to make sure you at that perfect range to where, see, look at that. I thought that was the perfect range and I was still off. See? So basically, it's worth it, but then again, it's not worth it, because the risk reward is kind of not in your favor. Because if you space it right and you think you space it right, but then again, you didn't space it right, you just got punished, and now it's time to play the guessing game. So really and truly, I will highly suggest that you always go for EX dash low in this matchup, just to remove the risk that you have to take. Like, nothing wrong with EX dash low. You get in close, you're -2, and if she decides to do that, it's your turn again. So yeah, so yeah, y'all. Regular dash low is something to really watch for in this matchup. Now, problematic buttons. I feel like every button this character has is problematic, to be honest with you. Like, she is the goddess of poking. Oh, my bad, wrong button. Forward fears. What else is problematic? I think it's forward medium. Yeah, forward medium. Standing medium kick. You can't go wrong with roundhouse. Like, all these buttons are problematic. And you can't forget about the almighty fireball. Right? And the fireball. So with these buttons being on, I'm gonna turn on fears. So this is what I mean by playing right outside of light punch range, light dash straight range. If you're at this range, you are avoiding forward fears, right? So if you're always playing at that range, boom, light straight, boom, EX straight. Oops, mistimed it. Oh, mistimed it again. Boom, EX straight. Now, if you think you godlike, you can go ahead and get that crouch and fears, but I will highly suggest just going for light straight. Like, you cannot go wrong with trying to punish with light straight. Light straight in this matchup is your best friend. It can keep the Chun-Li in check. It can whiff punish very good, and like, it's really not a bad option at all. And then if you feel like you ever playing this mid to far range game too long, you can always EX straight. Now you can close the distance, and now you're in +1. Like, you cannot go wrong with straights in this matchup. Now, be careful about how many straights you do, because after a while, she's gonna start neutral jumping, and now she's playing your game. So if you can keep track of how many light straights you didn't through, and then start mixing in, preparing for the neutral jump, you can really control the pace of this match while being able to react to dashes and of course the fireball. Common thing that Chun-Li's like to do, from what I've seen, is, well, hold on. Before I get into common frame traps, yeah, let me go ahead and continue to show y'all the spacing. I mean, pretty much overall, you definitely want to stand outside of forward fears range. Like, that's like the #1 spot that you really want to be at. But just in case those buttons don't come out, right? To be honest, light straight really deals with almost everything. Everything you feel like you have to deal with in this matchup, light straight deals with it. And then if you don't even catch it, you could still be in while +1. So light straight, EX straight is definitely your go-to best friend. I wouldn't suggest jumping on Chun-Li as much, because standing light kick is a thing. Like, it's godlike. So I will not suggest jumping on this character at all. So really and truly, y'all, that is the way I play the matchup. Light straights, EX straights, forward fears, just poking this character down and trying not to get out poked. It's hard. I feel like since I'm saying that, it's easier said than done, but this matchup is a hard 5-5, right? Because y'all both have good buttons. Chun-Li buttons are better, in my opinion. She has a fireball. You have V skill 1. You have light straight to contest her buttons. You have good anti-airs. She has good anti-airs. She has a DP. You kind of have to sit there and block. So it's truly a 5-5. Like, it's no way anybody should feel like this is slightly in Rog's favor, this is slightly in Chun-Li's favor. Like, it's a hard 5-5, like right down the middle. So basically, with that being said, y'all, if y'all can really sit outside these pokes and then just poke her with light straights, try and catch some buffers to try and control the spacing, and then slowly work your way in. I know I'm telling you to play at light straight range, but don't be afraid to slowly work your way in. Ain't nothing wrong with slowly working your way in. You don't want to sit at that range to where Chun-Li is just where you're constantly trying to combat her for the pokes and the potential whip punches, right? Micro stepping in with roundhouse, low forwards. Crouching medium punch is also a godlike button. Like, this is your main neutral contester. Crouching medium punch. You cannot go wrong with that. When it comes down to problematic frame traps, I know for one, they like to do low medium kick into like fireball with a slight delay, right? So they always try and delay it, and they always also like to delay after this. They'll throw like a fireball. So this is where paying attention to character, well, no, not character habits, player habits come into play. When you're going against Chun-Li, you want to pay attention to when she's throwing the fireball. It's okay to get poked down. Yeah, you're going to get poked because you're going against Chun-Li. But if you pay attention to the fireball habits, you can slowly put the pace of the game in your favor. it could slowly become in your favor, right? So always keep an eye out on what's going on in the game and what this Chun-Li is doing. That means when is this person dashing? Why did this person get hit right there? Right here. When did he commit to a certain action that put him in a punishable situation that you may or may not be able to react to, right? So all this stuff is something that you have to take into consideration. I feel like the most common things that I see from Chun-Li when it comes down to common frame traps is basically the fireballs, y'all. Basically the fireballs. If you're a Balrog main and you're going against Chun-Li, wait, actually this is another thing that I forgot to mention, y'all. I apologize for this. Always remember, y'all, standing jab into EX straight is your best friend also. Whenever you feel like you can catch a buffer from this matchup, you always want to make sure that you're going for standing jab into EX straight. Like, that is your main buffer in neutral with all matchups, to be honest with you. Like, you're never wrong for wanting to go for a standing jab into EX straight buffer, right? Because first, it's a jab. It's one of your fastest buttons. And then if it connects, you get to confirm with an EX straight. Can't go wrong with it. Be careful about doing crouching jab into EX straight, because of course when you're crouching you are increasing your hurt box, like you're making it wider. So obviously when you stand up you're shrinking it, and now you have a better chance of being able to whiff punish something that Chun-Li is whiffing. So keep that in mind. Standing jab into EX straight is your best friend. Let me see if I can demonstrate something real quick. Phone started ringing. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, let me go ahead and demonstrate what I mean by being able to whiff punish with standing jab into EX straight. I'm gonna go ahead and put them same I'm gonna put them same 3 buttons back on, right? Say you're playing neutral and then bam, right? You can never go wrong with standing jab into a buffer. Never go wrong with it. Never go wrong with it. Which one is that? Is it this one? Oh, it's the first one. My bad. Bam, y'all. Standing jab into a buffer. You can never go wrong with it. Standing jab reaches out nice and far. Boom. Power to the people. Can't go wrong with it. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright. So, what else to talk about? But yeah, when it comes down to problematic frame traps, I feel like it just depends on the fireball, y'all. Like, the fireball. If you're able to pay attention to the player habits and when they throw the fireball, it's going to determine if the Chun-Li is going to be able to play disrespectful or not. The fireballs is what really breaks this matchup down better in your favor if you're able to dictate and notice when this player is throwing fireballs. Now, of course, when you're closer to the opponent, it's going to be a little bit harder to react to fireballs, right? It's going to be a little bit harder. So that's why it's always good to space yourself at that range to where you're giving yourself some time. And plus, Chun-Li's fireball has some startup to it. Like, she doesn't just quick release it. She cocks back and then boom. So you have a little bit more time with Chun-Li versus other fireball characters in this game. So that's why spacing is very, 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 very important, y'all. The better you space yourself, the better you can be at this matchup. Chun-Li can seem like a hard matchup, but if you don't know the proper spacing and proper ways to deal with the buttons, it can seem like a nightmare, no pun intended. But yeah, y'all. Basically, overall, I feel like that pretty much clears up the matchup. Everything else just depends on if you're able to punish punishable stuff. Take your turn back when it's time to take your turn back, and that means knowing the frame data. And baiting DPs when it's time to bait DPs, because we all know that there's even we all know about them Chun-Li players that do this, right? We all know about them Chun-Li players that do that. If you're able to bait this, 9 times out of 10, the matchup is already in your favor. Slightly, not all the way, but you now have the edge because you're getting past the gimmicks, right? But yeah, y'all, I feel like that touches up on the Chun-Li matchup. Some nice general spacing, a nice general idea of how I play the matchup. Because like I said in the Ryu video, this is how I approach the matchups. This isn't the S tier, top tier way of playing the matchups, but I'm giving y'all the general concept of a mindset that you can have playing these characters. Basically, y'all, with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all have any questions, as usual, please make sure y'all put y'all comments down in the comment section below and let's have a conversation about it, y'all. And as always, may the sauce be with you.